Hey bestie, you home? I'm finished with courses for the day and I've got two slushies. One of them has your name on it. Figured we could turn on the TV and watch the newest season of that Netflix show you wanted to watch. What was that? Your voice is kind of muffled. Hey, so why are you face down on the couch? I'm not judging, I'm just curious. Yeah, I know who that is. Another friend of yours, right? Although, given some of the things you've told me about them, I wouldn't call them that. Your phone? Yeah, sure, I'll take a look. This is absolutely vile. Think they would say these sort of things about you while demanding that you support them? They say they've been having a hard time. Do you know if what they're saying is true? I know you trust them, but do you have any proof of what they've said? Oh, I see. Whether it's true or not, the worry still won't go away. Well, I have my doubts about it being true, but I'm not going to fight you on that right now. Sit up, scoot over. I want to talk about this with you. Pre-med friend to best friend. Now, you say that you trust what this person is going through. Do you really believe everything they've said? Good to see you haven't lost your common sense. Looking at these texts, I know some of these claims are bullshit. Because I know you. And I know you aren't the type to hate someone just because you don't answer a few texts. Not to mention, I'm friends with a few of the other folks they mention. Yeah, that's right. The bad things this person is saying don't line up with my experiences of those people either. They may not be thinking rationally right now because of everything upsetting them. Is that what your therapist told you? I mean, if they are telling the truth about being upset due to recent events, it's a possibility. But they're still treating you like shit. Yeah, but that doesn't give them the right to treat you like garbage, even if they are telling the truth. Yeah, what your therapist said is right. I'm in emotional state. People struggle with regulating their emotions and thinking about how their actions affect others. But that still doesn't give them the right to drag everyone around them down. Did you forget I'm a pre-med psych student? We've covered this topic before in class. So I know enough to recognize that your therapist has a point. Well, you're my best friend, and when I see someone treating you like that, it makes me mad. I mean, no one deserves to be treated like that, but you especially, with all the bullshit you've gone through in life, you don't need someone else trying to guilt trip you into. Sorry, I got a little heated there. I thought I was the one dealing with their bullshit. You are, obviously, but I can still be angry about it as an outsider. You're not a bad person for losing your patience. Even if they really are dealing with something heavy, that's something they should be taking to therapy, not making you feel like shit to validate themselves. That's tricky. They live pretty close by, so blocking them entirely isn't an option. And we definitely don't want them slinging mud about you to everyone else. Personally, I don't care. I'd cut them out like a tumor for talking to anyone like that, but especially if they were trash talking me or someone I loved. But with them being as close as they are and as popular as they are on campus, it kind of creates a difficult situation for you. Have you thought about gray rocking them? Gray rocking. It's a term. Well, Okay, it's not actually recognized by any major studies, but anecdotal evidence suggests it's pretty useful for distancing yourself from an abuser or a classic narcissist. Yeah, I know you're reluctant to label them as abusive, but I mean, even without the distinction, I still think gray rocking would help you in this situation. No, I mean, from what I've read, I really do think it will help. The attacks on your character and the way they keep fixating on past mistakes. What they want is an emotional reaction from you, since it draws you in. If you gray rock, you're essentially denying them the reaction they want. They'll be upset, but ideally they start to cut back on engagement with you as you refuse to give them an emotional response. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just get comfy and I'll walk you through the steps. All cozy? Good. So, gray rocking. Gray rocking involves pushing back on narcissistic or toxic behavior by becoming bland or uninteresting, being unresponsive to all efforts by the narcissist to bait out responses. The key is to not engage or give them anything to latch on to. When you start gray rocking, they'll attempt to bait out emotional responses. They'll be angry, attempt to guilt trip you, all in an attempt to goad you into responding to them. You must not engage or give them anything they can latch on to. Okay, so let's take a look at one of the most recent messages they sent last night. I need you to respond to me. Don't you care about me? So it looks like in the moment you responded with a very emotionally charged assurance that you did care and were just feeling overwhelmed, which they latched onto and then downplayed your pain in comparison. So the next time they say something like this, try a more neutral response. Something like, I'm sorry, I had a very busy day today, or I had another commitment I needed to keep. Keep it short, neutral, and objective. Objective is the key word in this equation. Well, think about all the things they've said about our other friends, or how they try to project things onto you. One of the key tactics a toxic or narcissistic individual uses to control the narrative is making you question reality. They'll impose emotions or events on you that go against what you know. So even if you know what they're saying has no basis, it can make you start to question yourself, putting just enough of a distorted view out there with enough emotion that you start to feel like you may be in the wrong. And that's how they lure you in. So if those events involved a few of your other friends and you start feeling uncertain, just ask them what they remember. And keep yourself grounded and don't let them distort your memory of what happened. It's one thing for them to reveal how they really feel about something, it's another for them to insist on something you know wasn't true. Do you understand? Good. Now, I need you to promise me something, okay? Thank you. If this strategy doesn't work and they continue to have a negative effect on your mental health, please just cut them off. Shh, shh. Let me finish. You don't have to cut them off forever, just for a little bit so you can recover. You can't let that person drag you down. That's not fair to you. So if you need to cut them off, do it. If you want to reconnect, you can try, but make sure you have a plan to do so. Tell them that you care about them, but it can't come at the cost of your mental health. And they can't put you in an unfair position just because they feel awful. If they refuse to accept your boundaries, then the temporary cutoff becomes permanent. Even if they are in a bad place, that's an explanation, not an excuse. No one has a right to step over your personal boundaries. Promise me you'll step away if you need to, okay? Thank you. I just, I don't like seeing you upset. Yeah, but the difference is you aren't trying to drag me down or take advantage of my kindness. That's why I don't feel bad offering my help. You feel overwhelmed, you want help, and you know not to drag down the people who care about you. Besides, you know how much you mean to me, so I'll be here for you, I promise. If you say you're feeling better, then I guess I'll believe you. So, you want to melt your brain with some TV? Why don't you put on that show and I'll make us some popcorn? Just don't let it get too far in, or otherwise I'm going to ask 1,000 questions, all right?